What is going on, guys? And today I'm back with another video, and this one is going to be my Madden 16, not franchise announcement just yet. It's going to be a vote between you guys. It will be a straw poll in the description. That's where you're going to need to vote. I'll have all these teams that I'm about to talk about, and yeah, the team that might have the most votes might not be the team I will pick. My mind might change until August, whatever, 25th it comes out or something like that. Yeah, my mind might change, but I think all these teams would be fun, and I'm going to see what you guys would want to see, and that would highly, persuade me to use one of these teams or not. So the first one I'm going to talk about will be the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, the second worst team in the NFL last year, with the number 2 pick, took Marcus Mariota, a very fast quarterback that would probably be so much fun to use in Madden. And then they also have a kind of a weak running back scenario, and I think they would be also a cool team to relocate. And they got a young team. Dorial Green Beckham would be fun using. I think Kendall. This is gonna kill me. Was it I think Justin Hunter was the one that just got in trouble with the law with the stabbing. I don't know. It was him or Kendall Wright. I can't. I'm really screwing this up for not knowing this. But yeah, I think they'd be cool. Maybe a revocation, that would be cool. But yeah, they're moving into Dick LeBeau era in defense, so we might have to use some zone blitzes and really build the team around defense, like Dick LeBeau had an amazing defense in Pittsburgh. So the next one I'm going to talk about is another team with a rookie quarterback, and that's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winston and Mike Evans will be a beautiful 1-2 combo for many years. Just how tall Mike Evans is, and really Winston arguably was the best player in this draft, the best quarterback in this draft. And yeah, they have a kind of a weak running back scenario, but what are you going to do? We're going to see. If I would use him, I would see how Doug Martin would go out. I would see if he could do good or not. I would give him a chance, but then we can maybe look for a running back throughout the draft, and we wouldn't have to look like with these two teams I just say we wouldn't have to go out and get a quarterback, but some of these teams later on that I might talk about, we might. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles, and this one would be fun for one reason. It would be realistic to make unrealistic trades, because Chip Kelly had a Madden 15 offseason in this offseason. He made so many moves. Their QB scenario is interesting with Tebow, Sanchez, and Bradford. That would be very interesting to see, in preseason, who could battle out and get that number 1 spot. Like I said, Chip Kelly trades, they'd be crazy. DeMarco Murray just coming over from having a career year in Dallas, and they also signed Byron Maxwell, so they're gonna have new faces on this team and a very good run blocking O-line, and then a fast-paced offense. So we'd use lots of hurry up, lots of pistol formations, and then maybe if Sam Bradford's not the quarterback, we can maybe look to draft a speed quarterback that would fit Chip Kelly's system, or maybe make a trade to give up a lot for Mariota. I don't know. The next one will be the Minnesota Vikings. Something they had is the AP scenario, but it looks like he's back. I don't know if I would trade him or not. That would be on my mind. I would want your guys' feedback if I would trade him, but that would be if I do the Vikings, then they would start up. But yeah, they also have Asiata and McKinnon, who are great young running backs that were actually broke out last year. Not really broke out, but Asiata's 10 touchdowns. I know his yards per carry wasn't great, but and McKinnon's a very good pass catching running back. And then I think AP just re-signed for 3 years, so I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater, the young quarterback, I would kind of build around, kind of like I did with Derek Carr. They have a very young defense with Anthony Barr, Xavier Rhodes, Harrison Smith, Trey Waynes, and they kind of have a wide receiver mess. They have Greg Jennings and Mike Wallace, 2 guys getting up there in age, but then they have Charles Johnson and Cordell Patterson, who are both very young and talented receivers. The next team I will be talking about is the San Francisco 49ers, and the big one about this, I think I would try to trade Colin Kaepernick. I think he would be the guy I want to trade, and that's what I wrote down. I think Kaepernick trade would be the thing to do. Their franchise-leading running back Frank Gore is leaving, so here's the Carlos Hyde era coming into San Francisco, and we also all their defense pretty much retired and a couple offensive linemen, so that's going to affect the team a lot. And then we have the post-Harbaugh era and the post-Patrick Willis era for the first time in I think 8 years or maybe 9 years. Patrick Willis hasn't been there, but yeah, that would be an interesting team to use. I would look to trade Colin Kaepernick, but they have a lot of young talent and Chris Borland if he was still there, but they still have Alden Smith. on that defense, and he's still a top 10. Well, I wouldn't say top 10 linebacker, but maybe he is. So that'll be the 49ers. So far I've said the Titans, the Buccaneers, the Eagles, the Vikings, the 49ers. The next team will be the Buffalo Bills. New coach in Rex Ryan loves to run the ball. They have a quarterback mess with E.J. Manuel, I think Matt Castle, like Jeff Toole. I don't even know at this point. So we'd probably have to draft a quarterback, trade for one, or maybe go out in free agency to find our franchise quarterback that we would need. LaShawn McCoy, that big trade in the offseason, losing Kiko Alonso for LaShawn McCoy, and we would see how he does. We have the Watkins error. Let's see if he could be a top 10 receiver like he was drafted to be, and they have arguably the best defense in the league with the best front seven in the league. Yeah, so they have a very good defense, and they'd be a very interesting team to use in a very competitive AFC East. The last team I kind of have off my top teams is the San Diego Chargers, and that would be another question would be, do we re-sign Phillip Rivers or trade him? There's been talks that they were going to trade him, so we don't know what's going on there. Relocating to LA would be cool because there's been talks about them relocating to St. Louis. We have the Melvin Gordon era, kind of like the Carlos Hyde, the franchise running back that they drafted. They have a kind of a shaky defense, but then we would also want Keenan Allen to bounce back after a sophomore slump. But yeah, I think relocating to LA would be very interesting with them. And then I kind of wrote down a couple teams that I don't think I'm going to put in the straw poll, but if you want to see these teams, put that in the comments. But I don't think I'm going to use any of these teams. The first one I have the Dolphins. I don't really know if I want to use the Dolphins. The Chiefs, they'd be interesting trying to move on from Alex Smith, just signed Jeremy Maclin, still have Jamal Charles and Al Davis and Travis Kelce, trying to get a touchdown to a receiver. Next one I had the Redskins. One thing would be a name change or revocation. The quarterback mess and Cousins, I would maybe trade RG3. Do we build around him or do we trade him? And that pretty abysmal defense. The Bears, another team that's in a mess. That's just a mess of a team. A terrible defense. Cutler, what do we do with him? Since he's making so much money, and an interesting wide receiver corps with now Kevin White. Rams, their running back scenario with Gurley, Mason. They traded Stacy to the Jets and Benny Cunningham or something. And maybe an LA move. Do we relocate to LA? And the final one's the Jets, but I don't know. QB battle, a great defense. Yeah, they've a very talented team. But I think their team's probably too talented enough. It might be OP in Madden 16. I don't know, with Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, Geno Smith kind of being a mobile quarterback. But yeah, that is going to be it. The teams that will be in the straw poll are the Titans, Buccaneers, Eagles, Vikings, 49ers, Bills, and Chargers. So make sure you go vote. That straw poll will be in the description. Also, tell me in the comments why you picked that team and what I should do with them. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.